Good evening at this time. That's very nice. Good evening, everyone. So, we are here with class 7 and it's chapter 4 of science, that is heat. Right? So, as you know, 3 days have already passed and we are here with the fourth day when we are there in a situation, hopefully, to complete the chapter. Right? So, what we learned yesterday, what we went through yesterday, that comes the most important matter. We found that the heat moves from, heat can converge, heat can move, heat can transfer from water, it can transfer from air, heat can transfer any object as well. So we got to know all those things. Now we are coming to the next part, that what happens in the coastal areas, right? We got to know that transfer of heat is known as convection. Then we got to know that there are two kind of terms, sea breeze and land breeze. What it is actually, that day, means yesterday also I told you that when you went through chapter 4 of geography, what it was having, it was basically having air, right? We were talking about air that time. So what was the basic concept? What is the basic concept of air? That air is present everywhere, right? This is the basic concept, that it is present everywhere. If, but this also know that air gets heat, it becomes hot, and when air becomes hot it becomes light, and it goes up. What happens? That place is totally empty? No, that place is never empty. What happens when the air heats up? So it becomes lighter and it goes up. The air from the different part, you just see this is the part of air, which is just going up, heating up and going up. So what happens? As it is going up, the whole area gets blank. What will happen? The air from this side will start coming. Means hot air goes up, this is hot air, and the cool air comes directly over here to fill it. So as much hot the temperature, as much fast it goes, that much fast these also enter. This goes up and this comes inside. So this is the whole process going on, what we call it cycle. This is just called cycle. One is going up and the one which cools down comes down, up and down. So this is the whole process which goes on. Now we are coming to the part of sea breeze. What happens in the sea breeze? Actually what happens, that you just see the land part, better we can understand it through this image. You go for this land part, right? What happens, that this is the area which is near to the sea, right? The coastal areas. What we find here, at the daytime, the water, means the wind is blowing, the air is blowing from sea to the land, sea to the land. So as it is moving from the sea to the land part, so we call it sea breeze. Sea breeze, because the wind is coming from sea to the land part, so it is known as sea breeze. But why it comes? The matter comes, why does it come? Actually what happens, at the daytime when the sun is over our head, this whole land part becomes very hot. Land parts becomes very hot, and what happens, this from the land part we find the air starts moving up. It starts moving up. When it starts moving up, what will happen? The bridge, the wind, the air from the land part, from the sea part will start coming and filling this area. Again it will get heat up and again it will go up. So in this conversation, in this whole process, what happens? We find daytime the land part is hot, and as the land part is hot, that's why the air gets heat fast, it gets heat, and the wind part, means wind from the sea part, comes there. When it comes there, what happens? It is the whole circulation. So we find that the breeze from the sea is coming to this side. That's why it is known as sea breeze. So we can experience daytime, we can experience sea breeze, right? Coming to the next one, what happens at the night time? It is just opposite. We know that as compared to land, water cools down faster. Water cools down faster. Then what will happen? What happens later? We find this is the time when the evaporation is here faster. Evaporation is here faster. When here evaporation is faster, what will happen? Means the air is going up and up and up very fast. What will happen? The wind from... So we are continuing our session again, and what that is regarding. So actually what were we talking about? We were basically talking that at the night time it's just reverse. What we learnt at daytime the land part is hot, so the cold wind from the sea part comes and fills it. So we are experiencing sea breeze. And when we talk about this one at the night time, what it happens, that the land part is cooler but this part is hotter, means sea part is hotter. So here what happens, it goes up this way, and this way the land part, means the breeze from the land comes and comes. So this is known as land breeze. What we find, the wind which is blowing, the breeze which is blowing from the sea part, that is known as sea breeze, and the wind which is blowing from the land part, this one is known as land breeze, right? So we got to know about all these things. Now coming that what is this happening? Undoubtedly the same goes on which I explained to you, that this is the time at the daytime. At the daytime the land part which is hot and the air goes up, so cool airs from the sea comes here, and when it cools down again, because this one is going up, it is filling, but what is here in over here, so when this one is cool, it goes down. So this is the way we find that it is a reverse, whole cycle is going on. But basically what happens, cool to the night time, it's just opposite. Land part is cool and the water part is hot. So it goes up and it comes from this side, and hot portion which gets cool, it comes this side. So we got to know about sea breeze, and we got to know about this also. Now the matter comes, how do we get the heat of the sun, right? How do we get the heat of the sun? So we get the heat of the sun not directly, because how much we are getting the heat of the sun, that is only known. The whole process, the way the heat of the sun is coming to us, that process is known as radiation. Yes, and here what happens, the transfer of heat of radiation or by radiation does not require any medium. It does not require any medium means what? You just imagine if you are having gone through some kind of firehouse, what happens? The fire is burning, and in the cold season, cold weather, what you find, you feel very good when you're sitting before the fire, right? You feel very good. Why? Why it happens? Because this is the radiation of the heat. This is the radiation of the heat which is giving you some kind of need, some kind of coolness, some kind of hotness. Again, if you just imagine anything, how much heat it will absorb, that much hot inside will be. In winter season, if your body is absorbing much heat from this firehouse, undoubtedly your body will be warmer. The same applies. If your house absorbs more heat, your house will be more hot. So can we protect our house, or can we stop our house for being less heat, not more heat, not to accept more? Yes. What happened? The areas, especially like desert areas which are very hot, what they have, you just imagine this is the house. You can find this is the house, the small kind of picture I'm making. So this is the house over here. You can see what they do. They making one outer wall as well. What happens generally if the wall is only one? If there is only one wall, what will happen? The heat of the sun will directly come here, and this wall will directly absorb the heat, right? This wall will absorb the heat. If the wall is not that much thick, it will absorb the heat and it will make the entire room very hot. Another way, another side is, if this is the house and it is getting the sunlight, but what the owner of the house has done, he has made one more outer wall out to it. Either the person has made the thick wall, so that what will happen, if the thick wall is made, half the portion of the wall is getting the heat. but it is not allowing, as the wall is very thick, it is not allowing the heat to enter. If you don't want to go for, so make two walls. One wall will absorb the heat, another wall will remain the same. So what will it do? It will make the room cool and cooler. So this is the strategy which is being followed in the hot areas with the either the thick walls, or we can go for the two walls. Outer wall is also made here. Right. Now coming to the next kinds of clothes we wear in summer or winter, and summer and winter. So you know very well, right, that the kind of cloth you used to wear in summer season. So it is always advisable that when it is summer season, wear the lightweight, like means light colored clothes. Either you wear white, or like when you're wearing white color or very light colors, you don't feel that much hot. But if you wear very bright color, or especially black color if you wear, you find yourself that you are feeling very hot. Why it happens? Because when we are going through, or when we are wearing light color dress, it is not absorbing the heat much. But if we talk about especially black color or some dark colors, what happens? It absorbs the heat of the sun. And as it will absorb more heat, it will make our body hot. Like we will feel more hot over here. So this is the reason that it is told in the summer season, try to wear only the light colored clothes. Then come winter season, it is always told that you must have a layer of the clothes. It could have woolen clothes, it could have anything, but the cloth is supposed to be very thick, so that outer wind is coming and outer chilled wind is coming. It is protecting your body. It is keeping your body hot inside. There is heat inside the body, so it is protecting us, and even it does not allow the heat of the body to go out also. So undoubtedly it's not only the way the cotton cloths, the woolen cloths, it's not like the thing. The dark colored cloths and the light colored cloths, why to wear? Dark colored absorbs more heat, light color does not absorb much heat. So undoubtedly it will make a difference. Now coming to the next one, that woolen cloths keep us warm in winter. That we know very well, that whenever we are feeling very hot, we are wearing woolen cloths. So what it does, it is protecting us from the cold wind or the chilled wind, right? It is protecting us. Sometimes it is told. Now I have I just give an option to you. I really want to know the answer of. You just let me know that what the correct answer should be. So tell me, if in the winter season it's very hot, it's very cold, it's very chilled. So I have two options to give it to you. Which option do you want to choose? I really want to know. Which option will you choose? What the option you just think? Either I give you a thick blanket. Okay, one option is one thick blanket I'll give you. Right? One thick blanket I will give you. Second option is I will give you two thin blanket. One thick blanket, or you get two thin blanket. Which is better? Which will give us more warm? Which will protect us more from the cold wind? Which is going to protect? Generally we can easily say yes, thick blanket is going to help us out, and why to manage with two blankets, right? So thick blanket is giving us more warm, but this is totally incorrect. Why incorrect? Let me tell you. If you are taking two thin blankets and you're joining them together, what happens? The air is already there inside, right? Just because of this two layers of the blanket, one layer, another layer of the thin blankets, and in between comes here, this air also becomes hot. And then what you find, if their air is also hot here and these two layers are here, so it is going to protect you more from the cold wind. So remember, it's never that one thick blanket is going to help you out to be warmer. Yes, it will not. What will happen? One layer is going to trap it, another layer is between. Here what you said, that there is air trapped in between the wool fibers, means there are two layers of the thin blankets, and it gets trapped over there and doesn't allow the cold wind to enter. So it will not enter, will not feel much cold, right? So this is the thing which we went through. Now we are having keywords and we are here to the end of the chapter. So what the topic is, Celsius scale. What is a Celsius scale? I hope you know very well. When we went through clinical thermometer, which is used basically, that Celsius scale is what it is used to measure the temperature or of anything. Of anything means it can be body, it can be liquid, it can be conduction. Conduction means what? Conduction is the process through which the item is being heated up. Conductor. Conductor means something which is a good conductor of heat, means which gets heat, which absorbs the heat. So we can have conductor like aluminium and iron and all, because it becomes heat, it becomes hot. Then comes insulator. When we talk about insulator, means which is not a good conductor of heat. Yes, not a good conductor. That we have the example, and what the example will be, we have wood over there. Land breeze. So the breeze which is blowing from the land to the sea part, that is known as land breeze. Radiation. What is radiation? The process of heating up, right? This is known as radiation. Like the way we are getting the process by which the human body and we people are getting the heat of the sun, that is known as radiation. What is the next one? Sea breeze. Sea breeze means the wind which is blowing from the sea to the land part, that is known as sea breeze. Coming to the next, what is temperature? So temperature is a kind of measurement through which the heat is being read. Yes, the heat is being absorbed, the heat is being read. Thermometer, it's a kind of instrument. It is of many times, and it is used to check the temperature of anything, right? So we went through all these things here, and if you wish to go for the question answer and all, so we'll go for it as well. And not many more things are there, so let's better we'll go for it only, right? So we are done with it. Let's start writing the answer as well. Let's start giving the answers as well. So let's see what the answer should be. We find the answer of the first question. State similarities and differences between the laboratory thermometer and the clinical thermometer. I hope you people have already gone through this topic, right? Already. Means what is laboratory thermometer? So which is used in the laboratory, and it is having the temperature from -10 degree and to -10 to 112 degree temperature. When we go for the next one, we find that it is clinical thermometer. So basically it is used to find out the body temperature, right? So we can go for that. Now coming to the next one. Give two examples each of conductors and insulators of heat. Means two things you have to mention the name of, which are the good conductors of heat and which are not the good conductors of heat. So we are having a number of questions over here. Coming to the next one, what the question is, question number 3. It is fill in the blanks. So when we go for the fill in the blanks, let's see what it talks about. So question number 1 is number A. The hotness of an object is determined by its what? The hotness of an object is determined by its temperature, right? Number B. Temperature is boiling water. Temperature of boiling water cannot be measured by a clinical thermometer, right? Because if we talk about boiling water, it is having at least 100 degree temperature, and if we talk about clinical thermometer, it's having hardly the temperature of 108. So boiling water means laboratory thermometer. Number C, temperature is measured in degree Celsius, right? Celsius also you can mention on Fahrenheit as well. So we used to take it in a general way, that is Celsius, which is there in your book. No medium is required for transfer of heat by the process of radiation, right? No medium is required. Medium means medium can be water, medium can be air, but no medium is required for transfer of heat by the process of radiation. Now, number E. A cold steel spoon is dipped in a cup of hot milk, right? Heat is transferred to its other end by the process of convection, right? Convention. Coming to number F. Clothes of dash colors absorb more heat better than clothes of light colors. So it can be dark color, it can be bright colors, right? Coming to question number 4. Land breeze blows during night time. Sea breeze blows during Sea breeze blows during daytime. Because nighttime while land breeze, because it is cooler. Sea breeze blows during daytime because it is cooler. Dark colored clothes are preferred during winter season and light colored clothes are preferred during summer season. Okay, so now the things come, all these are the questions. Just go for all the questions, think of the answer, and let me know if you have any kind of doubt, so that I'll be there to sort out your doubt as well, and to clear all your doubts. Fine, thank you so much and take care.